All right, so this is the tip of the game, and we just get some bad possessions to start. Nobody ever crosses the 3-point line. Colin tries to, still passes before he even crosses the three, and that's let alone paint touches. So Jameer gets anxious and just shoots a shot. These are the shots we're taking to start a game. All right, Blake, you got to block out because that's really just a foul. All right, you're not gonna be able to just out athlete people for rebounds. You got to go touch somebody. Now White starts off the game with even worse possession: no paint touches and no player movement. So Blake gets it, nobody else touches, pull a three. Now look, I'm not saying y'all can't ever shoot tough 3 pointers, but shoot them after the game starts when you're in rhythm, not first possessions of the game. That's how you start off in holes. All right. So as we're attacking now, we got Jameer with the ball, and now let's see if we get some player movement. All right, and there we go with a paint touch. As soon as we get a paint touch, look at the quality of shots you're gonna get. All right, and that's what y'all gotta start seeing, the quality of shots you're getting. All right, that was a nice move down here by Blake. I just missed it with the spin move. That was nice. All right. Gunner, make sure you keep a body on Grant. He's running around you and you're not touching him. We'll talk about this more, Colin, but quit catching the ball at the very bottom of the baseline. All right. So as we get into this move, we get some player movement. Now, Gage, know what to do when. So if you could slow down and hit this back door, that'd be great. And if you're going to kick to the corner like you do, throw a bounce pass. All right. So you're throwing it, but you're not thinking about what pass to make when. All right, that's a good pass. That's a 2-1 split. So then Jameer throws an immediate pass to Jacob. Jacob throw it right back to him. Braylon can't guard too, but you dribble. So that's what I want you to feel. So Jameer, that was a great job of having a feel. Jacob, you got to have a better feel when you have a 2-1 split to exploit that. One guy can't guard two. All right. So now they're off to the races. We got to make sure we're doing a much better job in transition defense. But look at Charlie. He sprints to the far back corner. The last guy back has to see guys that are leaking. All right. So it's just too far of a run for Orange to get to because y'all aren't talking and communicating. Blake, you got to block out. That's why Gunner's getting so many rebounds. Hey, and as we set the screen, Charlie, you got to help on that. You're just stuck only guarding your man. You saw that screen coming. You obviously didn't call it. And then you didn't switch. So you got to read that as a defender. All right, so here's Grant again. So let's watch his footwork. We don't get back in transition. Grant, ball in the air. He's in the air, and he's balanced, ready to shoot. That's really nice. I think he's grown in that area. Now, let's watch it as it goes through the net. Colin, you're coming at the ball. You cannot control pace if you're going to walk up 1 foot from the guy who throws it in to hand it to you. All right, so that's no way to play point guard. You got to get up the court. So if they make a defensive mistake like y'all have made so far, you can do that. Now, look, you should be looking at Blake. He's too far in, not guarding Gunner. And you should throw it and make him pay for that by throwing it straight to Gunner. But you throw it to Jameer first, then they swing, and that gives Blake a chance to kind of close out. And Gunner can hit a standstill catch and shoot three. That's what he does. All right. Good swing pass. Jameer, sometimes you got to believe in a pump fake. You shoot it every time. All right. I need you to make reads when guys are closing out to you. Good spin, Grant. You just got to start using your left hand. All right. You use your right hand for everything. All right. Here comes the floater. Now let's look at the floor. Somebody on Orange got to see Blake behind him. Let's see how long it takes for anybody to recognize that there's only 4 white shirts up there. Gunner, that's his man. That's the only way he turned around. But Jameer and Gage don't have the court awareness to know that there's somebody creeping behind them. Hey, way to slow down right in front of him, Blake. That was a nice move. Quit throwing the ball all over the place, though. All right. There you go, Colin, grabbing the ball again and walking it up. What's wrong with pushing it, seeing what you got, and then setting something else up? All right, good back door. Y'all did a good job on those back doors. Jameer, all your space is to the right. You drive left right into Charlie, all right? And most people don't know you only drive left because you're left-handed, and that's a little odd. But now you threw a 1-foot pass to Gage, and I'm going to use that word, I literally hate 1-foot passes. Good extra pass. You are moving the ball quick, and Blake has to pay for that. And I can't blame Blake for roaming right now because up to this point, nobody has hit Gunner in rhythm. All right. Isaac, I like that move, that seal. Like I told you, get a little deeper so Grant doesn't have to take a dribble to get into his range. That'll be a better shot. All right, so here we go, pushing it again. Now quit traveling, Grant. You got to learn to kind of pace yourself. You're full speed ahead, so when you got to stop, you turn it over. All right, so Miles just got in the game, and already he gets a paint touch. So already he's added value that Orange hasn't really been able to consistently give. And most players haven't been able to connect that kind of productivity with playing time. So look at Grant. He's about to cut. All right. And then he notices that the play's coming at him. So he spaces the floor. Be able to do that right there and read the game. And now he cuts to crash the basket. Everybody blocks out except for Darius. Darius, all it takes is one person to mess up a good defensive possession with an offensive board. You got to touch Grant on that. All right. So here, yeah, it was a mismatch, but they doubled you. So look at Jacob. He's wide open. He should be toeing the line or closer to it. But as you know, he ends up hitting a bunch of threes at the end of the game. Make that extra play, Blake. All right. Okay, so that's good. We got movement. We got a paint touch. Now we're at the basket. All right. And we got to value that because that's what we got to start off games with. All right, let's watch Jacob here. He's done a much better job of cutting the space. All right. Everybody turns their head. So there he goes at the basket. Just got to finish it, but I like you cutting the space. And then on this possession, hey, Darius, make sure we do a dribble handoff. Don't dribble it. Caleb runs the space as well. Now look at Isaac, Blake's, everybody's head. That's why paint touches are so important. Eyes follow the ball. We're a little late on the pass, which is why it gets deflected. So we got to see that. All right. So look, Miles, you got to stay on Blake. You can't just randomly switch unless somebody calls it. And since y'all call switch while one guy's running away, he gets a wide open shot at the basket. So that's just more of a defensive mishap. Okay, like this. You catch it kind of on the move going ahead. But look at this. Off the dribble pass hits him right in the chest. Most players can't pass on the move, let alone one hand off the dribble. All right, so that was really good. But then on the very next possession, you got one speed, and that's a laser. That should be over the top corner of the backboard. I can't blame Darius because I like my fingers too, so I can't blame him for not getting that. Hey, Jake, if you're going to run point, you can't have that turnover. A guy's moving and you just throw it. All right. So look at Gage's top foot, which cues Isaac to cross over and make him drop step as Gage is fighting over the screen. All right. Way to watch the mistakes, Isaac. All right. Good. I like the way Orange is moving without the ball. That's always good to see. All right. Now, Jameer, you just caught the ball. They switched. We're going to count your dribbles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey, at this point, you got to be getting off the ball. 10, 11. And because of defensive pressure, now you feel like you got to go at them. 13, 14. That's why their whole bench is up. And then, foul or not, or whatever you want to call it, it's a turnover because that's just bad offense. All right? So being able to get to the paint right there. 2 dribbles, Caleb's wide open, paint touch. So he got everything. Miles got everything you got in like 13 less dribbles. All right. All right. They had to help. He dropped. I'm not mad at that shotgunner. All right. Charlie, everything don't got to be full speed ahead. Sometimes just possess the ball. Good drop pass to Caleb right there. That's good. He gets to go to the line after that. All right. So we get a block. Good job, Grant, getting a hand on that. And every time you get an offensive rebound, that's why that's open because everybody's going to collapse on offensive rebounds. So the best time to shoot a 3 is after an offensive board. All right, so Miles loses his brain right here, and he randomly traps. All right, I don't know why he did that, but Gunner, you should start moving at some point. Once you see a guy trapped, you know Grant's going to cut. You don't start moving to help until Grant literally has the ball. And you missed that block by inches, so being able to anticipate is huge, and you got to learn to do that. All right, so here comes that dribble handoff. This is perfect, Jameer. That's a traffic jam, one dribble, you're in your shot, and you're balanced. We literally did that exact footwork in competitive shooting last Friday. All right, look at Braylon's head. It looks ahead. He's looking at opportunities before he catches the ball. So this is how you know he did it. He takes no dribble. The ball's already up court. All right, very few players can do that. It's not a noticeable skill. But as you can see, y'all are at the rim shooting layups because of it. All right, but look at EJ. You see how he hustled back after getting blocked? That's what I like most about that play is after you get blocked or whatever, miss a layup, you gotta hustle back. You can't pout. All right, that type of hustle and grit goes a long way with me and a lot of coaches. That directly connects with your playing time. Now look at this screen. This is a 1/3 screen, which allows Braylon to get downhill on his first dribble. Good job, Charlie. And Gunner doesn't do bad trying to handle Braylon. That was just a really tough shot. All right. So let's talk about this screen. Miles is about to come off of a screen. All right. And you need to drive and occupy Charlie. If you attack Charlie, he has to guard you, then Gunner will be wide open. but you never really attacked Charlie coming off the screen. It wasn't really set. The other thing we gotta work on is your touch. All right, as you throw those same type of passes. All right, but again, that's good execution. Just got a good read, bad execution. All right, and we'll get there. All right, so now as we dribble up, watch Blake. Jacob is randomly about to come up to the top of the key, so Blake is like, no, let's keep spacing, right? Because there's no reason to come to the ball. Braylon's comfortable. Does he need space or support, Jacob? All right, anytime a guy gets hung on a screen like that, you can cross over. Colin's trying to fight over. Not his fault. It's just how it is. Bounce pass from Braylon to Jacob for an easy three. All right, but his teammates helped him get that open to take that three. All right, so that was a good job. All right, now this is a play. Jameer drew up a nice play. Colin, you got to wait for timing. The dribble handoff hasn't happened yet. And Darius, you can't forget the play. You're supposed to be setting an elevator screen at the free throw line. And because the timing was off by so many players and people forgot plays, y'all didn't even get a shot. And look what happens. They just get rebound after rebound. I actually clip it. This is the same possession. Okay, so everybody look at Grant. If you turn your head gauge, Grant will always cut no matter what. And you got to hit him on time, Blake, because that would be a layup. You hit him late. He's at a standstill. Luckily, he knows what he's doing. So a paint touch, just get it out, and it'll be a wide open shot. But hit him on time so you get 2 points instead of making it an adventure to score 3. All right, so let's watch this possession. Blake is playing off of Jameer. So as soon as you feel that, Jacob, he's going underneath the screen. You should hit Jameer right now. All right, Jameer, you should float to the corner because he's going over the top. So neither one of y'all do the right thing. Jacob takes one extra dribble than he should, and Jameer did not float all the way to the corner. If either one of those things go right, it's a wide open shot. Gage tries to set a moving screen to negate all that. Still, it ends up being a contested 3-point shot, and that should have been a wide open shot if either one of y'all do that right. Good hustle, Colin. Way to get extra possession and a finish and save it. All right, so here, Blake, you got if Colin helps off of Braylon, you got to hit him. He's way too good of a playmaker for him not to have the ball if his man is helping. But he sees this guy playing off. That's a great screen by Braylon. Good read. All right. And as they're pushing, you got to get a floater or something in your game, Darius. You can't just go up or finish with your left hand. Grant, you're full speed ahead, so that's not a crisp pass. It doesn't look clean. We still got to work on that. All right. So, nonetheless, it was a paint touch, so we got a wide open shot. All right. This is good hesitation and pace, Jacob. All right. Good pump fake by Gage for a wide open Jameer. All right. Jameer hit the shot. I give Jacob the credit for getting the paint touch, or else it wouldn't have happened. All right. So Blake's pointing at Jacob because that's a better entry pass. If Braylon throws it, Jameer could steal it. So, Jacob, you got to recognize that's why you have the ball. So right there, you should throw an entry pass. But you don't really know what's going on yet, so you dribble high, and now he catches the ball at the 3-point line. So that's not the same matchup or mismatch that he had. Now he's farther from the rim, and y'all aren't going to be able to capitalize on the mismatch as if you would have seen it earlier. Hey, Jacob, I love that you're making this read. He pump faked. We would change the footwork slightly so you get balanced quicker, but nonetheless, that's a wide open shot because you pump fake and read that, so that's good. All right, so let's watch this. Braylon has already taken his peek up the court. So now in one dribble, the ball is all the way up the court and nobody's behind there. So, Jacob, that was your call. You were the last guy back. You got to see Jacob sneaking behind you, the other Jacob. All right, so let's watch it again and then look at the spacing. So there's Jacob looking at the ball and nobody's back there yet. So you got to hold that. Now look at the spacing for Isaac and Grant on the opposite side. All right, so that's just like perfect spacing for an offensive team in transition. All right. So, Colin, you're not looking at the up the court, so you don't even know Isaac's about to steal the ball behind you until now. All right, and now you are going to take one dribble and throw it ahead, but that's because your body's already facing the play. All right, and I don't even think you needed to take that dribble to find him. So you got to find guys quicker so you can make people more efficient, even though he scores. All right. So now this is after halftime. Y'all run the same kind of play. Jameer changes it a little bit so y'all can run it easier by not making any passes. Jameer comes through and Gunner forgets to set the screen. So now it's not greatly contested, but you caught it deeper than you wanted to. All right. So y'all got to remember the plays. Hey, if you don't turn your shoulders and just throw it to Gunner, he'll be even more open, Miles. Nonetheless, it's an open shot because you got a paint touch. But if you could just hook past that out without turning your shoulders, you make him more efficient. So on this play, Jacob, you're in the corner with Caleb. And when they run this play, he goes back door and he beats you. You can't just outright push a guy. And if you do, what happens is he hits his back on the goal. You at least got to check on the guy so I don't think it's malicious. After the play, you have plenty of time to walk up and say, my bad. And y'all need to do a better job at doing that. All right? Nobody's trying to get hurt out here. All right, so there was a paint touch there. And because of the paint touch, Miles in the gunner. Gunner's a willing passer. Wide open shot. There we go. I like Jacob talking. He's going for the dribble handoff, EJ. If he's dribbling at you, remember that. All right, you continue the space. Good shot nonetheless. All right, Charlie, we got to still throw with touch. All right, way to keep that alive, EJ. Good kick out, and Drew's getting in there. All right, now look at this from Jacob. He's dribbling up. Collins on the wing. He occupies the defender by looking at the rim and passing. All right, most players look at the guy they're passing to, which gives the defender a chance to get on him. All right, Blake notices that they're talking. Takes it out really quickly. That's a good heady play. It resulted in an immediate basket, but I like that urgency you put on them. All right, so good cut, Jacob. Gunner turns the back of his head. You're wide open, Colin. You got to see that he face cutted you. So that's kind of regardless of who mistake it was, you still got to do that. All right, EJ, you still got to come off those dribble handoffs harder. Good pump fake, Gage. Once you engage and he goes, you got to return to your man. You're returning on the catch of the ball. You need to be returning on the flight of the ball. And because of that, Jacob's open. All right. You can't let him shoot those wide open shots like that. Another defensive miscue. All right. So Blake is turned from Gage. Look how quick Miles moves this ball. 0.5 seconds. It immediately gets to Gage. Gage, you are not ready to shoot though. All right. You're not thinking offensively. If you're ready to shoot, maybe you could score it. But nonetheless, you make Drew help in, throw a nice kick, which this is good. But you can't pass up those opportunities because they won't always be there. All right. Nice hesitation and pace right there off the glass. Playing with pace is impressive to me at this age. Good screen. Now, what creates the pass lane? The pump fake. Only thing I would want from Miles is for him to step with his right foot across Blake so he could throw a little bit cleaner pass. But really nice nonetheless. Let's watch it again. The value of a pump fake. Get him in the air to create a passing angle. And Gunner just got to land on two and still go finish with his left hand. And you would have got that off. All right. Hey, I think you could have drove downhill, but that was to your left, Jacob. And again, you're not attacking when you go left. I really like Gage using his triple threat footwork out of this. He takes only one dribble already in the paint. Wide open shot to Gunner. That simple. Now look at Colin and Jacob. Y'all can't crash from the top of the key like that. Y'all got a better court awareness. Now look at Charlie. He's below everybody. Isaac takes it out quick. All right. And Charlie, you can't turn that over. All right. You got to come to a jump stop and pass. The same thing here, Colin. You got to pick that up first. Y'all can't dribble through and out of everything. All right, Colin, you got to watch out. You kind of forearm and push every time somebody cuts you off when you attack right. But I put this possession because look how long we have the ball and nobody's crossing the three-point line. All right, so this is the value. Like NBA players know who they are. Let's get the ball to Harden, whatever. But at y'all's level, y'all don't really know who y'all are. So like when y'all either have to get ball movement and player movement to help you get to the hole, or you got to give it to a player. And for y'all, Miles isn't in the game to do that and make the game easier for everybody. All right. And then also work on the skill of being able to get paint touches so y'all could get better shots. So this is just the ball floating around the perimeter. And then, just after a while of a bunch of perimeter action, somebody's just going to say, hey, let me hurry up and get a shot. All right. So nobody's able to attack. And now it ends up in Gunner's hand. And after about 30 seconds, he's just going to get a push and a foul because that's not what he does best. All right, so immediately, right in the very next play, Miles is in the game. One move, he's in the paint. He can kick to Gage. All right, he can finish, and he could drop it off to Jacob. So all these good options happen when you get paint touches. So we got to find out different ways to get them. And if you got a strong player in the game, you got to get him the ball often so y'all can get him. All right, so now, Gage, you can't come up while he's dribbling. That's a wide open jumper. The only reason that's contested is because Gage ran towards the ball. All right, and he didn't go at you. He more dribbled towards the basket. All right, so here we go. We're on the move. Jacob, you don't need to guard Miles way out there unless your coach told you to. All right, but that's a paint touch and a wide open shot. Very quick paint touch again. All right, good movement. Way to get the ball up the court, and it gets right behind to Jacob. All right, defensive transition is tough to watch those trailers. Now, White is just on it. Whenever y'all's coach is talking, Coach Jameer is talking, they're ready to go, but y'all got to sprint out. Y'all are walking, and so y'all aren't, there's no urgency. Y'all knew that was the second free throw. So it's one pass, one guy can't guard two, wide open shot for Jacob again. Hey, Gunner, you got to be able to start making this pass. That's the next level for you. Y'all supposed to have some twin connection or something right there. All right, let's make sure we guard without fouling. Be careful of your momentum, Jacob. Now look at Gunner. He gets caught. They were supposed to switch. That's supposed to be Miles' man. This is so as a result, Gunner's late there. But this is what I like most, and I rarely see it. Watch Miles as he dribbles up the court. Hey, that's my bad. Holds himself accountable. Rare that people, for whatever reason, it's tough for kids to say my bad. All right, so I love that. All right, there goes Charlie downhill. So if y'all miss a layup, just better believe you're going to pay for it on the other end. All right, so I like this ball and player movement. All right, that's good. EJ moves it. Touch pass. That means you know how to play a play ahead. That means you know where you're going with the ball before you catch it. So y'all know how I feel when I see training that works. So great job there. All right, so as they have this free throw block out and they're bringing up the ball up the court, Jacob, you can't attack Miles. He's a good ball handler. He's smaller, so it's low to the ground. You're not going to get steals, and you go for the steal. Good ball handlers want you to attack them, so you got to play against tougher players, so you'll get used to knowing that this is a mistake. You can't attack him. You need to separate from him and contain him. All right, so now you're one foul closer to getting to the bench. All right. Now, Orange is a little desperate. I like how y'all are bringing traps and y'all aren't giving up, no quit. But look how Blake right here settles right in the pocket. Players struggle to settle in that pocket where they're open, and they kind of move out of it. So he just kind of settled there for the layup. All right, somebody got to cut off Miles in there. All right, can't let him get all the way to the basket and foul. All right, make sure y'all take that peek and look up the court. Charlie didn't look up a court, so that's why he didn't know defenders were coming. All right, and great closeout there, Gunner. All right, Jacob missed that because of the closeout. And that's a great job. All right, so we get the ball here. Braylon's got somebody needs to call that out early. And same thing, Charlie, you got to try to more contain him. But there goes the paint touch, open shot for Caleb. All right, Grant, you dribbling like Bob Cousy, man. Use your left hand sometimes. Dribbling with your inside hand the whole time. Hey, look, all in all, for there not to be any plays, y'all are starting to have good ball and player movement, which is great, which means you're learning basketball. Orange got down early. I like that there was constant fight. All right, I hate seeing players quit. All right, so all those things put together, let's make sure we just continue to build on that, carry it into your season, and good luck to everybody.